Every June in Powell River, British Columbia, Canada, on the ancestral lands of the Kahaman Nation, people gather from all over the world for the PRISMA Festival. Join us as we bring you a taste of the music, conversation and celebration for which this event has become known. We do look forward to welcoming you back to the concert hall someday. But until then, this is PRISMA on the Couch.
Welcome to PRISMA on the Couch. I'm Patrick Brabazon, chair of the Kathak Regional District, and I'm standing on the float in beautiful Lund Harbor. Unfortunately, this is the only way you're going to see PRISMA this year. Next year, maybe you can come and join us on the beach or in the concert hall. Thank you for watching.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of PRISMA on the Couch. My name is Andy Rice, and I'm the marketing manager at PRISMA.
And I'm Arthur Arnold, the artistic director. And it's great to see you again. And I hope, Shannon Stevens, that you're happy with my socks, because I got a complaint that in the picture on the peak, I wore not very great socks. So I got a lecture. Anyway, Patrick, thank you for your welcome to PRISMA on the Couch. Patrick Brabazon, chair of the regional district, and we really value the support that we get year after year from the Kathak Regional District. We are great friends, I should say. Yeah, Andy, what shall we do?
Well, we have an amazing show lined up, but we're going to start you off right away with some music. We're going to take you back to year number 1 of PRISMA back in 2013, and actually the first symphony concert, I believe.
The very first symphony concert, and I'm sure everybody will remember Soyoung Yoon, who played her violin, her amazing, beautiful playing in the Tchaikovsky violin concerto for the Powell River audiences. So let's have a listen to that. And let me tell you one little story. I thought we have to get Soyoung Yoon. She's so famous, and I wasn't sure if we could get her. But I sent her an email. I got her email through her management, and I drove back from Whistler to Powell River, I remember, and the phone rang, and it was Soyoung Yoon. The reception was very bad. I stopped the car right away, and she said, "I'm in, I'm coming." So let's listen to Soyoung Yoon, an excerpt from the Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto First Movement.
Sorry about the little tease there, fading you out at the end. That's cruel.
I know, but we have more to show, and you know, you can listen to it on Spotify, and probably better sound quality anyway.
Well, let's take you to something else now. We've been checking in with various people that are quite important to PRISMA, and I'd say that BC Ferries certainly qualifies in that regard. They've been our presenting sponsor for a few years now, and we really, really value that relationship, and in particular with Mark Collins, the CEO of BC Ferries, who we've gotten to know over the last couple of years.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's our 5th year with BC Ferries. I need to look at our paperwork, but I'm pretty sure. And you know, what I love about being in BC and living here part-time is we have to either fly in with our other sponsor, Pacific Coastal Airlines, or we take the ferry, BC Ferries. We cannot get here without a ferry or without the airplane. And every time when I come from frantic Moscow or from Europe, you know, and the city, and I get in that airplane or I drive that beautiful Sunshine Coast and get on those ferries, I feel like there's a new life here. There's a other pace of life here, and it is just so good for me. I love it so much here. Well, let's talk to Mark.
All right.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Arthur. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Very well.
Thanks for coming in the show. Let's say, and on the couch.
Afraid I don't have a beautiful piano in my background, but just corporate scratchings.
Oh well, that's very, very exciting, Mark. We had a wonderful a breakfast in Victoria a few years ago, brainstorming about our cooperation between BC Ferries and PRISMA. And first of all, I want to say thank you for your continued support of this festival, and you are very important to us. And as I said before, we both move people in different ways, which connect us really as organizations. But you're a passionate guy too, and I know that from our breakfast and from now. What makes you decide to support PRISMA, to be the main sponsor?
I think you put it very well. You said we both move people in very different ways. And, you know, I'm not personally a musician. I love listening to music, but I don't, it moves people's souls in ways that I can't explain. And I think I was really captured by when I saw the young people and how intense and passionate they became and how they produced something so beautiful out of that. And to me, it's a mystery. Music remains a mystery. All I can do is listen, right? I can't create. And I think it's that mystery of that creative process which actually appealed to me so much, you know. So if I talk about Mark Collins and why it's so interesting to me, corporately, you know, BC Ferries wants to be part of the communities that it serves. It's important to understand the communities we serve. We're not just a transport provider, but we're a vital linkage between communities and other parts of their world. And when we first became aware of PRISMA, and I saw just how important it was to the community of Powell River and the Northern Sunshine Coast, I said, that's a place where BC Ferries should be. We should be involved with that, because it helps us understand the community better. If it's important to the community, it's important to us. And so being involved with PRISMA was a way for us to demonstrate that we understood that.
Yeah, it's cool that we found each other and that there's such a nice cohesive bond.
It really works. It really works. I think the partnership has gelled at a level that goes beyond the transactional. It's wonderful that the festival is carrying on even through the pandemic, and that you're finding a way to provide the experience to the young people. And I welcome them virtually to Powell River and to Canada, and I hope they have a great time. It's going to be a unique PRISMA, but I'm sure the team at PRISMA is going to make it a memorable experience for everyone.
Thank you, Mark. And you'll be part of it.
No, thanks you, Arnold. I hope you're well, and I hope everybody in your sphere is well. And I look forward to seeing you again in person before too long.
Okay, Mark, take care. So next we are going to listen to Roger Cole in a masterclass with the oboes. And Andy, can you tell us who Roger Cole is?
He's the principal oboe of the Vancouver Symphony for almost 45 years now. I think he's coming up on his 45th season with that orchestra, yeah.
That's insane.
Which is actually his final.
Yeah, Roger has been a guest artist for PRISMA since the beginning, and he is fantastic to have. He is such an inspiration. He's also conducting the youth orchestra in Vancouver, and he's so knowledgeable. Well, enjoy Roger Cole in a segment, a little episode. No, how do I say that? A little fragment. That's the word I'm looking for. A little fragment of the Oboe Masterclass online via Zoom.
Right. So now you're going to breathe. You can take more retard. You know, the string players are going plunk, 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 plunk. They're totally glued to you. You're in charge. The conductor will never conduct the first three notes. At least they better not. And then, which means you don't have to play them dead in tempo. Okay? Now, I want you to mark one thing, which is really important. Listen. That's a crescendo. That's a question. Is the answer, and it's a diminuendo. So put a diminuendo from the F to the C. Then you play the second phrase exactly like the first, which means you put a diminuendo from the C to the F, which sets you up nicely for the longer phrase that is coming. So you're phrasing it beautifully, don't get me wrong. It's really beautiful. It can just be a little bit more artistic. Don't ask me what that means. I was supposed to play this a couple weeks ago, and I'm really disappointed that it got canceled. This next season's my last season, season number 45, and so I'll probably never play it again, but whatever. I played it 5,000 times. Be an artist. The other couple weeks ago, I had to make a little video for the VSO School of Music about the oboe, and I just did it totally off the cuff, and I thought, well, what's the job of the oboe? I said, first job is to be a good duck when necessary. And then the second and most important job is to be expressive. That's what we get hired to do, is to be expressive.
You know, do you have a minute so I can actually introduce you to the horn people?
Please.
I'm going to disturb Fokke here, who is in, can you see Fokke there with Jessica? Here is the oboe masterclass, and you guys might recognize each other.
Hey, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Fokke.
And Jessica, you'll remember Anna there and Abby.
Ah,
Right.
yeah, of course.
And other horn students. Can you turn on your cameras for a sec? There.
Hey.
That. Am I? Oh, I'm just in front of my own thing, of course. There's Kieran. Well, it is great to see that we can connect in these wonderful ways,
Good to see you. Yeah.
and to see you all here, oboes and horns, and hopefully next year we'll be all together on stage.
Let's hope.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
hope.
enjoy your masterclass and continue.
That's pretty cool. Internationally connecting, even though can't get everybody in a room, unfortunately, but it's pretty cool with Zoom how you can just kind of bring yourself into somebody's home.
It is, and I'm so happy that we can still provide this education, and the reactions of the students are really positive. I mean, for them, everything is cancelled too. They can't get to their universities, all their summer courses are cancelled. So how great that we still can teach.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we're going to go now to a piece that I remember being performed a couple of years ago at PRISMA 2018. I really love this concert and love this piece.
So do I. You know, this is one of my favorite pieces that, actually I was, as a kid, I remember this. I walked on a flea market and I had my pocket money, two guilders 50 in one coin, and I saw that record, this old record with the Mozart Gran Partita serenade on it, and I bought it. And 2 minutes later I see my grandfather and he says, "What did you do? What did you buy this old record?" I said, no, that's great, Grandpa, that's great. And really, it has been great. And I still love this piece, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy the Menuetto from the Gran Partita from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Well, that was awesome. What a great piece. I wish, if anything, well, there's a bass player in it, but as a cellist, I've never played this. So for this, I wish I played bassoon. Isn't it great to see also that Fokke is there with a student on stage and that there are students involved in this piece?
Absolutely. So we're actually going to take you to a master class with Fokke, and actually it's with Jessica, who you dropped in on with the little Meet the Oboes thing earlier. And they were working on some techniques to make practicing more interesting. So let's check that out and see how they're doing.
Your attacks are fine, and your airspeed is also fine. So there's nothing wrong, and really nothing wrong. Just you can experiment, and when you're practicing, like for instance, you can also just use the attack as the most important thing, and the air is not so important. Then you get. For instance, and you
So
get
this is
very
a way to practice, like make the air more straight, or
quick air gives if the air is more important than the articulation. Like this, and if you combine them. And if you use only the articulation, then it gets a bit more narrow. From you understand? Could you hear my differences?
Yeah.
Can you imitate or can you play with it? So let's just have first articulation fine and not so much airspeed. Yeah, fine. Now, fine. Now a lot of airspeed, a lot of ha. Yeah, so it's less direct, but it's more sound, maybe. Now you combine the two. Combination of the two. Yeah, fine. Let's have just one note. Ta, 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 ta. Yeah, fine, perfect. Yeah, so you can play also with that one. That's kind of course, both of them are important. The airspeed is important to make for your lips and everything for music, and articulation is important. And you can, if you want to, for instance, if you want to have some like clocks or bells, I mean, not clocks, bells,
like bell sound.
Pum, pum. Maybe then the articulation wins a bit more. And if you want to have like, then and if you, yeah, everything is possible. So and also in a long note, ta, ta, or ta, ta, or ta, ta. So there is a lot of, there are a lot of possibilities to make your characters. So for instance, if you're very excited, then you don't, then you will not play tom, 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 ooh, what's happening? And this kind of thing. So, and if you practice like this, maybe you do already, then the practicing can be fun. And the biggest enemy of not practicing well, or the biggest friend of not practicing well, the biggest enemy of practicing well, is to get bored. Don't you think so?
Yeah. So this is the way to help me to make the music more interesting, like
and
more
more personal if you want. This is my story of my Mozart, and it can be every day can be different. That's also, you're not every day, you're not sunshine. Sometimes you're a bit, well, you feel a bit sad, and then you can work on that if you like to work at that moment.
So we're going to take you back in time now, right back to this stage on the Evergreen Theatre for another symphony piece here.
Mahler, Symphony Number 5, the Adagietto. Very difficult. It's slow, it's only strings and harp, and it needs such a bow distribution, and that's a real challenge for every orchestra. So it's great that we have done that at PRISMA, and well, listen for yourself. Mahler 5, part of the Adagietto. I guess Andy fell asleep during this beautiful music. He's been working so hard to get these shows ready. So I'll introduce the next part quietly so we don't wake him up. We are going to a very fun... come on, Andy, wake up. You have to do this. Just tell us what's next.
All right, we're going to the Laughing Oyster to hear the story of how Janet Arms, our flute guest artist, and Arthur met.
Awesome.
Well, we're in your favorites. And they are going to play for you. Some Telemann, some Bach. But before we do that, Janet is glowing at me. So Janet, why don't you come here for a second? Look at her glow, eh? That's what I call the PRISMA glow. Janet, why do you come to PRISMA? What are you doing here? You're from the Big Apple. What? Come on, it's way more fun there. No? Tell me about it.
I come because you invited me. I played with the St. Louis Symphony.
In '98 or so.
17, 18 years ago. And 4 years later, this guy calls me up on the phone. Hi, I'm Arthur. Remember me? No. I was the assistant conductor. I don't remember you. And he said, would you like
I almost hang up.
He did. And he said, would you like to come to and out here and play? It was soap back then. And I said, sure. Where's Powell River? So now I know where Powell River is, and I love Powell River. It's my favorite. Mark and I were driving down here to the Laughing Oyster, and we could see this view at the last thing. We both went, oh! It was just so beautiful. But it's not just how beautiful it is. It's so fun seeing you all, and I feel like I belong to Powell River because I keep going from table to table. Hi, how are you? But not only that, I love seeing musicians. Elaz here early, and Song Pill, and it's so fun for us to all get together and work together and play chamber music together and hang around with Arthur and Kim and the whole gang. It's really a blast.
Thank you, Janet. More to follow.
That was from 2018, our kickoff dinner at the Laughing Oyster restaurant out in Oak Over Arm. Shout out to Dave and the crew there. I'm going to miss that meal this year.
Oh yeah, we should call it Oak Over Arms from now on.
Oh, from Janet?
From Janet. Yeah. We'll rename it Janet.
Yeah.
Oak Over Arms. Yeah, that was fun. And they're lovely people. Both Mark and Janet are great supporters of the festival. One day they came out to do the fundraising concert, and they paid for their own ticket.
Wow.
What a support. Lovely friends. Let's move to an interview I had with Maria Sosnowska in Poland. She is from Białystok originally, and I conduct the orchestra there, but that's total coincidence. And Maria is studying in Lübeck in Germany currently, and she came to PRISMA also in 2018 to be the concertmaster of the orchestra. And I thought I'll call her up and see how she's doing. So we're going to listen to Maria.
Maria, where are you?
I'm in Poland at home right now.
In Poland?
Yeah, because of the situation. Mm-hmm. But actually my school in Germany has already started and they have lessons right now, but our borders are still closed.
Tell me about your experience in Powell River, in the city here.
It was really nice experience. And actually, one thing I regret that I didn't stay in Canada at least 1 week more. We were hosted by Mary.
By Mary Henry.
Yeah, and she was so nice for us. She was preparing for us every breakfast. She was so cute. And it was really something just warm for us. And it was also nice because during PRISMA time, like during all the classes, we had a lot to do. It was really a lot of rehearsals. We had lessons, we had orchestra excerpts, and we were really tired every day. So after that, when we came home, it was like, maybe not home, but almost.
Hey, I have Mary's phone number here. I'll give her a call and see if she's home. Maybe we can see if wouldn't that be nice? If she's home, maybe she's golfing in the rain.
Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning, Mary. I have a little surprise for you.
What's that?
Well, I'm here in a Zoom conference call with Maria. And can you hear? Say something, Maria, to Mary.
Hi. Hello, Mary. I'm really glad to hear you.
Oh, it's lovely to hear you. My goodness sakes. Oh, isn't that great?
Isn't that wonderful? I should see, do you have a computer, Mary?
Yes.
I'm going to send you a link, and then you can become part of this conversation.
I have an iPad.
That's good. That's good. And then you can, we'll see if it works. Otherwise, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay. See you in a bit.
Yes.
There you are.
Hello.
And Mary, if you now turn your iPad a little bit there, now we can see you very well. Can you see us?
Oh, yes.
You guys haven't seen each other for 2 years.
It's amazing. And Mary, I have to tell you thank you once more. And for all the things, for hosting us, for your maple syrup I get, and we were eating that at home. Really, I gave that to my family, and we were tasting, and for showing us these small colibris. I don't know, these small birds you were feeding. I will not forget it. And really, for all the support, thank you once more.
Oh, it was such a pleasure for me. I wouldn't miss doing that ever. It's just the experience of a lifetime, truly. And you're going to make me cry.
Oh, I won't.
Mary, what do you remember of Maria being in your house with her Polish? You stayed with 2 people there, Maria? With
yeah,
your friend?
so we were me and Martina.
And Martina.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. It was such fun.
Yeah, did they behave?
Oh, oh yes.
And Mary, did they practice a lot?
They practiced quite a bit, and the neighbors enjoyed it.
Yeah, but we didn't have time for that. We practiced maybe once or twice because every day we were at school, and we would come back like 10 p.m. So only in the weekend we were practicing. Come on.
Mary, what do you want to say to Maria?
Oh, I love you, Maria. And I just would love to have you back here again. My goodness. And Dax would love to have you back.
Thanks really a lot. And I love you too.
So that was one of your experiences in Pearl River. Now, you also talked to the audience, I remember, in one conference.
Yeah, before our conference, I was just looking through the pictures from PRISMA, and I noticed that, yeah, it was something like that you asked me, and I was like begging with my eyes. I was like begging, don't do that. Yeah, and it was really stressful, really. But I think that, yeah, we were saying thank you for all the sponsors, and that was, I remember that I said it was big stress for me, but in this moment I felt that I'm really telling the truth, because it was amazing for me that for all the concerts and for Masterclasses, the hall was almost every time was full, and that was something really amazing for me, that people wanted to come and wanted to listen and and support all the musicians.
Yeah.
But it gives me a chance to ask a few students about their experience. Are you interested? Maria, do you like? Tell me about your experience.
So I'm very happy that I'm here. I'm first time in North America because I come from Poland. Like Martina, also from viola section. First of all, thank you for all just you, because you are here and you are also on every masterclass, which I was really, I was really surprised, and I'm really happy that you want to hear us and you want to listen to classical music, because but for everybody it's so obvious. So thank you very much.
That was neat. And Maria, so, you know, I might take it for granted that this house is always filled to the brim. But she's right, the support that the students feel from the audience is so important. And there are so many big cities with so much music that, you know, they don't get the attention they need. But musicians need to perform for other people. We need to build.
It's a give and take. It's a relationship. It's a, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's beautiful to see that a young student from Europe, from Poland, appreciates that so much. And that's really a thank you to the people in Powell River that support PRISMA, you know, that enjoy PRISMA. And that's very mutual because we enjoy the audience so much.
Speaking of supporting PRISMA, I think Mark Collins is back.
Oh, hi Mark.
I have one more question, Mark. That is, what's your favorite couch in the world?
My favorite couch?
That's right.
Wow, I have to think about that.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
You mean like a sofa, like a Chesterfield?
Sorry? I
Okay. So you mean a couch like a Chesterfield?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, just making sure I understand the question. Well, you know, we have this, in the basement of my house, we have a rescue couch, I call it, because a friend of mine had it in his house for many years, and every time I went to visit him, I'd be sitting on his couch and it would surround me and I would fall asleep on it every time. My wife would get very upset with me. You're falling asleep every time we go visit them. I said, but the couch is so wonderful. But it got worn out, and so he was going to throw it out. And I said, no, you're not. And I went and I grabbed it and I took it home to my house, and it's now in my basement. And I go to sleep on that every now and then too. It's just, it's pretty ratty and old, but it is the most comfortable place on the planet. So I'd have to say that would be my favorite couch.
Oh, wonderful.
So that was Mark's favorite couch, and now we want to hear yours. You know, we're it's a live stream, so we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and wherever else you're watching us from. So light up that comment section. Show us where you're at, show us your couch, tell us about it, if you've got a favorite memory on it. If you got some company on your couch, then, you know, let us know, take a photo. Uh-oh, no.
Looks good.
Don't give him any ideas. So
looks good, Andy.
Okay.
Andy, is it your favorite couch?
This is, you know what? Thank you to the Brick. This is fast becoming my my new favorite couch.
You know, my wife Kim was here in the studio, and she wants to buy this couch. She likes it.
I think there'll be a few people shopping at home, looking. Oh, that looks pretty nice. We don't have a home show this year, so you know what? We're giving you that too. So we're going back to the orchestra next, and this piece, I would think, would be like the crash cymbal player's favorite time of year.
Oh, this is great. This was the encore of I think 2015 or 16. I'm not exactly sure. Where after the big symphony concert, we had one more piece for the audience, few minutes, where it's actually from Bizet, Carmen, the opera, the Toreador.
picturing everybody at home on their couches just going like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that was lovely to feel the connection with the hall, and I mean it's the last piece of, probably the last piece of PRISMA actually, last concert, and the little encore, our little gift, few-minute gift at the end of the concert, and that's always fun. Nobody is really trying to be very precise. It's just I pour it out there and enjoy it. So that's great.
Well, unfortunately, we're coming towards the end of the broadcast as well. This is it's been fun. I'm starting to enjoy this.
Yeah,
these little
me too.
Socially distant chats and get to listen to some music and see some familiar faces. It's great.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it too at home, ladies and gentlemen. And do let us know where you are in the world. I would be really excited to hear if you're watching from Powell River, from BC, Victoria, Vancouver, maybe farther out in Canada, or maybe you're in Europe. Maybe we have like past students watching. Let us know right on that Facebook, and I really want to hear from you. Tomorrow we'll be here. We'll see you tomorrow on the couch for PRISMA on the Couch. Enjoy your evening.